17%, and 21% as it pertains to Social Security, the beneficiaries, the program as a whole, and of course, your monthly benefits. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know, as well as what these percentages actually mean and why we need to pay attention to them, because they directly relate to your money, your benefits, and of course, the program as a whole. I'll clarify all that for you here in the video. Let's get into it and talk about what's going on. First off, can I ask you a huge favor of you? Please make sure to like the video with the big thumbs up button right down below. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Also, if you haven't done so, please make sure to subscribe to the channel as well with the big subscribe button down below. Thank you. Really appreciate your support, and let's get into it and talk about it. All right, now first off, you have probably seen these percentages out there somewhere, or maybe someone talking about it. They are presented in a variety of different ways, but I want to break this down because there continues to be a lot of miscommunication, misunderstanding, confusion, and a lot of misleading information that is out there in regards to this information. But I'm going to clarify exactly what all this means and why you need to watch this, as it does directly pertain to your monthly benefit checks from the Social Security Administration. Now, it all comes back to a report we got out several months ago out of the Social Security Board of Trustees. Now, this one comes in once per year, and they break down the details of all the different finances and a bunch of other details about Social Security, a lot of which pertains to the solvency of the program. In other words, how much money do they have? How much money do they currently have in the trust fund? How much have they drawn it down? How much did they bring in through Social Security payroll taxes? How much was brought in through interest on the money in the trust fund? How much was brought in through taxation of benefits? And the list goes on. And again, how long do they have? In other words, how long is the runway? How much money do they have in the trust fund? How long will it last them going out to the beneficiaries until the trust fund is completely depleted, okay? Now, I want to break down the details because you continue to see these different percentages and the years out there as well. Have you seen this? 2033, 2035. However, they're not telling us the whole story, and why I want to break this down, because again, like I said, it's so confusing and there's so much confusion out there, which is why I want to bring this to your attention here. All right, so it comes down to a couple different things. They give us a couple different dates, and again, depends on the article that you read, depends on who you hear talk about this, but it depends on a couple different things about this. Number one, do they combine the trust funds? Right now, they legally cannot combine the trust funds. They would need to change the law in order to do that. So depends on the report. Sometimes the reports say, oh, 2033 is when insolvency will happen. And then you read the next report and it says 2035. Well, where's the discrepancy, right? Sometimes you read 17%, benefits will be reduced. Other reports you see, 21%, cut to benefit. Okay, well, it kind of depends here. What is the real difference here, and why? Why are all these different conflicting information data points coming up right now? Well, it comes down to a couple of different things. Number one is, will they combine the trust funds? That's the big question that we need to know, okay? Because that's where we're getting the discrepancies here. If they combine the trust funds, we have a different date and a different percentage. If they do not combine the trust funds, if they leave them as is, then we also have a different date and a different percentage. Remember, they cannot, as of right now, combine the trust funds. They would need to change the law in order to do that. So remember, there's a couple different trust funds out there with Social Security. There's the Old Age and Survivors Trust Fund. That's the biggest one, has trillions of dollars within it. And that's the one that pays out benefits to survivors, to spousal benefits, to retirees. That's the one. However, then there's also the other trust fund that has disability benefits. That one goes out to SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance Beneficiaries, not to be mistaken with SSI. That is something totally different as well, okay? So anyway, the two different trust funds. Right now, they're separate. Money is different in these trust funds. But they could potentially combine them if they change the law, okay? And that's where we get the discrepancies from. Now, let me share with you the details behind these as far as how much benefits would be reduced if they do not combine the trust funds, and what we're looking as far as an insolvency date. And then I will also share with you how much benefits would be cut as in a percentage, and the year in which we would see insolvency if they combine the trust funds, okay? So first we're going to talk about if they do not, if they leave them as is, two separate trust funds, everything is left the same, and when this would happen and how much benefits would be cut, okay? So this would happen in 2033 based on this report from the Social Security Board of Trustees. Insolvency would happen in 2033 and benefits would be cut by 21%. Now, let me give you some real numbers behind that. Let's just say that in 2033, if insolvency were to hit, you were receiving a $1,000 monthly benefit. Now, I'm just saying $1,000 because it's easy math. It just gives it easy visual here for all to see, okay? If you're getting $1,000 monthly benefit In 2033, when insolvency were to hit, a 21% reduction of benefit would cut your benefit by $210 a month, taking your benefit from $1,000 down to $790 a month. That would say ouch. That spells a massive ouch for a lot of people. That would not be a good situation, okay? So that is where the 2033 comes in, and that's where the 21% cut comes in, or the 79%, which is the other side of the equation. 21% cut or 79% benefit, basically payout. That's what it comes down to, right? The math is all the same there, okay? All right, so that's equation number one. Now, if they were to combine the trust funds, take the disability trust fund, the money there, and the old age and survivors trust fund, combine it there, now we pushed out insolvency by a couple years out until 2035. Now, if they were to do that in 2035, now benefits would only be cut by 17%, not the 21%. So we basically save 4% by pushing it out by, 2 years into the future. Does that kind of make sense? Now, let me give you another quick example. Let's just say that you're receiving $1,000 as a monthly benefit in 2035 when insolvency were to hit, okay? If that is your case, and they cut benefits by 17%, your benefits would be cut by $170 a month, going from $1,000 down to $830 a month. Again, it's not as much as the other example, but it's still $170 a month is what that would translate into. But remember, that's a long time from now. 2035 is what we're looking at for this, okay? So this is where the different numbers are coming in, which, by the way, the other side of the equation is 17% of benefits payable, or cut to benefit, a 17% cut to benefit, or an 83% payable benefit. Does that kind of make sense? That's the other side of that equation, which, again, the math all works out. That's just what it comes out to be. So this is what we're seeing here. Now, why we continue to see so much miscommunication and why this looks so misleading, everything like that, is because you see all the different reports. You see 79%, you see 21%, you see 2035, you see 2033, you see 17%, 83%, all these different things out there. And it's like, what does all this mean? But it's just basically the exact same thing I just explained to you, being explained in a variety of different ways. Does it kind of make sense, right? So as of right now, I would say this much. Do not worry whatsoever about insolvency. I know a lot of people are worried like, hey, my benefit's going to end. No, it's not. Your benefit's not going anywhere. The worst case scenario would say this much. If the insolvency happens, your benefit will not be ended. It would just be cut. How much? Well, based on these numbers, anywhere between about 17 and 21% based on right now. But I would anticipate this is going to change a lot in the next 9 to 11 years or so. If we were to get down to the point where insolvency were going to hit, these numbers are going to be very different in the future than what we're looking at right now. I mean, they could be wildly different. But this is what we're looking at right now based on these numbers and these projections. Does that kind of make sense, right? So does that explain a little bit further and give better clarification as to what's going on here? I hope so. If not, let me know down below in the comment section. I can jump on the live stream. I can do whatever I can for you to explain this further. Whatever you need from me, just let me know, but I hope this explains it, okay? Again, I know there's a lot of confusion. I just want to clarify it here for you in this video, but I want to say this much. The moral of the story is do not worry whatsoever about your benefit. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, and I don't even think they're going to cut whatsoever. I would anticipate shortly before any potential insolvency issue were to hit, I would anticipate they would come forward, lawmakers, and they would fix the program. No problem. They're just going to spend the next 9 years basically causing drama around it. Does that kind of make sense? Right? So don't worry about it. Your benefits are totally fine. You're good. Do not worry about it. I hope that helps you. Anyway, please subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Like the video. Again, thumbs up button down below. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Otherwise, check out the other videos here on the channel. Thousands in the video library. Nearly 5,000 videos there. Otherwise, down below in the description of the top of the comment section, I've hand-selected some videos for you there. Check those out as well. Some really good and popular videos. Otherwise, right now, showing up on your screen as well, you'll see some videos. Check out one of those. And thanks so much. Enjoy your day. Have a good one. And I'll catch you in later in the next video.